I just paid 3 bills just now with my own debit card. Like the independent black woman I don't want to be. Don't ask me for a fuck thing.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Just a Girl Show. My name is Janine if you are new here. If you're new, of course, hit the subscribe button. Turn your notifications on so you never miss an episode. And if you're a subscriber, welcome back to the channel. So we talk a lot about us as black women and how we're so educated, and it's amazing, right? We have degrees and own businesses and all the things, right? But we know the area that we lack in. We lack heavily in the area of family, having husbands to be able to do life with. So when hard times come, you got a man you can lean on. But no, we're so independent. We don't need nobody. We're so independent. We don't need no man. We don't need no man stopping us from getting the bag. Do all the things we want to do. Because a degree ain't never going to fail you, right? Never. So black women, again, every 3 to 5 business days, somebody else they're mad at. And today they are mad. Well, I'm sorry. Right now they are mad at Auntie Tabitha Brown regarding her commentary on entrepreneurs and just the struggle. Just struggling just because. So I'm gonna drop the clip and let's come back and talk about it.
Hello there. Real quick. That this is not to discourage you, because I want us to be clear about that first. Okay? You kind of been in this place for a long time. Okay? Now listen, you got good ideas. Baby, you got good ideas. Your execution is not as good. Okay? Your follow through, not as good. The ideas though are great. Entrepreneurship is not for everybody, and that doesn't mean it's not for you. But right now, these last few months, few years, you know what I'm talking about, baby. It ain't been working for you, okay? And you doing a lot of robbing Peter to pay Paul. Okay, you done got yourself in some mess, and it's time for you to get a job. You hear me? You just gonna need to get a job for a little while. Okay, it don't mean your ideas ain't good. Okay, it don't mean that maybe one day you could be a good entrepreneur. But you have proven to yourself and everybody else that you owe money to, okay, that it ain't working right now. Okay, it ain't worked for a while. It actually has never worked yet. Doesn't mean it won't ever work. But right now you need to go to work. You're gonna need to get a job, okay? And then keep working towards it, but at least you'll have a job while you are pursuing that thing. But right now, you need to get a job, baby. All right? That's it. I love you. Now go about your business, okay? Have a good night. Tomorrow, have a good day. But even if you can't have a good one, don't you dare go messing up nobody else's here. Don't be mad at me.
Well, y'all heard what she said. Did y'all hear anything that she said that was wrong? Was there anything wrong that she said? There's so many people who can relate to that. Literally relate to it, because we live in a culture that makes you feel like your life is only meaningful if you are an entrepreneur. And they make so many people go out here and start businesses because they feel like, okay, I'm supposed to have a business. If I don't have a business, am I good enough? Am I successful enough? Is my 9 to 5 enough? Like, that's where we're at. So many black women who we brag about having these businesses and we out here just getting it, but we know that our businesses do not survive or thrive or make us all this money. We have all these LLCs and not enough, and no money is really being generated, right? So her message was directly to the people who are, they just been trying. You've been trying to do this entrepreneurship thing for a while and it has not worked. And it's time to be honest with yourself. Be real with yourself. Be accountable for where you slacked at, where you didn't follow through at, where you didn't do what you needed to do over this year, 2 years, 6 months, and now you are making your life harder. Go get a job. fall back on that degree that you said that you have and get you a job. But no. Girl, of course the girls were upset. Of course the black women are bothered by the message. They're bothered because how dare she? But let me share this clip for y'all and hear exactly what she has to say about Auntie Tabitha's opinions.
Let me break it down for y'all who are confused as to why people are upset at Tabitha Brown. When we watch these influencers and content creators basically go from rags to riches, what we don't realize or what we don't see happening behind the scenes is their removal from our everyday experiences. They become so far removed from how we experience the job market and how we experience the economy, hell, how we are affected by the presidency. And they become tone deaf to the point that they feel like they can tell us how to exist in that experience. Tabitha Brown is not experiencing the job market the way we are experiencing it. And when she got up here and begged us not to boycott Target so that she could keep selling her products, maybe we should have told her she needed to go get a job. I understand the message. Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. And social media, especially since 2020, has been selling fucking dreams. And the message is sometimes it's not going to work. You have to go get a job. But I ain't never heard nobody say they sat down in the job. They wanted the job of their dreams just fell in their fucking lap. We've never heard it. Then she used to Uber. That's entrepreneurship, honey. You're not getting a W-2. You're getting a 1099 at the end of the year. Why was you out doing Uber? Because you lost your job. And I guess it wasn't easy for you to find another one. So you had to rely on entrepreneurship. You are not experiencing the job market, the economy, the presidency the same way us everyday Americans are. So the message, while it may have been right, it was definitely the wrong messenger. And the only people that are upholding her in this are the same classes, people that feel like they can tell people who are less than them what the fuck they can do to be better than their situation they're in now. It is definitely classism. I don't need a millionaire to get on here and tell me to pull myself up by the motherfucking bootstraps. Get on here and quote your Bible verses and sell your hair care products. Get on here and make vegan potato salad. But don't get on here and tell me how to exist in the world in a way you don't even have to experience it. That's bullshit.
Who's the right messenger? This woman showed us the struggle, showed us the process of getting it and having to work and do Uber. FYI, y'all, if you Uber, you're not an entrepreneur. You work for Uber. Uber is the person who pays you because they're the ones who is running the company. You're not an entrepreneur, okay? So just so you know, Uber is the company that you work for. Getting a 1099 is not mean you're an entrepreneur. That means you're an independent contractor. Here we go. We're so educated, but we don't know what we're talking about. So again, she said it. Who would have been better at it? Who would have been better at the message? Any reason to be mad. Any reason to be mad and intentionally obtuse, slow, and dumb.
Are y'all dumb? Are y'all dumb? No, really, are y'all dumb? I think a lot of y'all intentionally seek out misunderstanding people's words just so you can argue with them, just so you can find a reason to have an issue with them. And it be people that didn't do nothing and didn't say nothing wrong. A lot of y'all hear somebody say something, and if it doesn't apply to you, you find a way to make it apply to you just so you can have an argument. Are y'all dumb? Because I'm trying to figure out what about what Miss Tabitha Brown said was wrong. What was wrong in what she said? If you listen to her video, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, Miss Tabitha Brown, she just recently posted a video where she essentially said a lot of people are working backwards, right? You hear about the phrase, use your 9 to 5 to fund your 5 to 9. Well, a lot of people are not looking towards the 9 to 5 route. They're only thinking about the 5 to 9. They only want to be entrepreneurs. They only want to chase your dreams and your goals. And that's fine. But they're not thinking about the fact that in real life, in the real world, you have real bills to pay. You have a real mortgage. You have a real rent. You have real food that you need to eat. Yeah, you're on unemployment, but that's going to run out soon. So you need to go get you a job. That's all she was saying. While you're chasing your dreams and your goals, you're trying to be an entrepreneur, go get you a job. Go get you a job. I'm not understanding what about that was wrong. What did she say that was wrong? And I know it's people that's been saying, oh, she's tone deaf because black women. First of all, she ain't say nothing about black women. She didn't say anything about any race. She said anybody, so it could be about anybody. But anyway, because she's a black woman essentially think that she's talking directly to us. But whatever. People have been saying, oh, black women have been getting laid off at astronomical rates. Da, 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 da. Okay, but two things can be true. As a black woman who was laid off in March of this year, two things can be true. Yeah, we're getting laid off. But she wasn't directly talking to people who are laid off. She's talking to people who have chosen not to look for employment, who have chosen not to work as a bartender, work as a waitress, work at the cash as a cashier, because they're chasing entrepreneurship, which hasn't been yielding them any income, any results as of now. She not talking about people who was laid off 3 months ago because Trump decided to do what he did. She talking about people who for the past 5 years, you've been chasing entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship has been running away from you, and so has your bank account, and so has the money that you've been saved up. And now you owe Peter, Paul, John, and Billy, and they all added interest, and your credit card is maxed out, but you don't want to go and, unfortunately, humble yourself, go work at Aldi, go work at Shoppers, go work at an agency so that you can pay back, get your savings back up, and continue to work towards your entrepreneurship.
Like, are you like they're like literally just find any reason to be mad, any reason to complain, any reason to just try to find a way to make excuses for the fact that you are one of the women who probably been out here just trying to act like you got it, act like everything is fine. You ain't doing nothing that you're supposed to do about that business, and then you still because you want to be able to just brag and say you own a business. That's all we want to be able to do. Brag and say we own a business. I'm an entrepreneur. I got a business. Okay, and I work a 9 to 5. And so what? So what? But the moral of this story is, y'all, that what it comes down to, we need to be married. This independent stuff ain't working for us.
I feel like one thing about this generation, why do we all feel like we have to have a man? Sis, you do not need a man. Now, if you want a man, that's different, but you do not need one. Please be independent. Please be doing everything that you need to do for yourself. Please make sure that you are good within yourself before you try to be like, I want a man, I need a man. No, sis, you need to check with you.
Clearly. We out here by ourselves, struggling, but claiming we got it all together. We don't need nobody to help us. We don't need no man. Right? But we know, right? We know that over 300,000 Black women lost their jobs this year.
300,000 Black women have been laid off in the last 90 days just in 2025. This conversation we're about to have is very urgent and it needs to be talked about. I read an article from wbcollective.org that stated that Black women typically go into healthcare, government, and education, which have been considered very safe job sectors for us. Under the new administration and all these budget cuts, we have been absolutely affected the most. I don't think this is the time for us to be selling Black women courses or telling them to go back to school, because a lot of them have families to take care of and they need support right now. So we need to be looking at ways that we can support all these women that have been laid off. If you are at a job and you're willing to refer a woman, please do so. If you are willing to help funding with them to get their business off of the ground, please do so.
So if you see a Black woman out here who need a job, send it to her. We need jobs. We don't have jobs. So what? Again, that degree that we claim is never going to steer us wrong, ain't never going to hurt me, I can always fall back on it. Those women have degrees. I'm sure they do. Many of them. They don't got no job. I'm not saying that none of these women have husbands, but I'm just saying the fact that if you are a woman who lost your job, right? And many did, you ain't got no husband to fall back on so that you could start a business. A husband who's willing to, make certain sacrifices for you to start a new business at home since you got laid off, pour into your vision, whatever it might be, and he'll take care of everything else. You don't got that. Because you know what we say, we won't go 50-50 with a man. I wish I would.
How do you feel about going 50-50 on bills?
I'm not doing that.
You're not going 50-50 on bills?
I'm not doing it.
Why not?
Because I'm not doing that.
Well,
I'm not doing that because I don't want to.
Okay.
Why do I have to go 50-50 on bills?
I hear you, right? But we just have to think about the economy that's going on out here, like realistically, right? So you mean to tell me if your bills is $50,000 a month, you wouldn't take a free $25,000 a month to alleviate some stress? You wouldn't take that?
I will go 10%.
You will go 10%? Who the fuck do you think you 10%?
They wish they would. I would never do that. I'm not doing that. But you ain't got no job. And the business ain't working. It ain't going nowhere. It's not. You're broke. And you're faking it for social media. You're broke, Miss Mamas. You're broke. So once again, the question is, is it really working for you? The most educated group of women in the world?
Never forget, Black women are the highest educated demographic. Period, point blank. Those are the facts.
We're the most educated, right? So we should better figure it out. But when you can't figure it out and it's not working, all she said was, go get a 9-to-5 job and stop struggling. Stop putting yourself in this bad situation just to be out here trying to flex. It's okay to get a 9-to-5 job. It's okay to have a job, to have a career. Doctors work. They're not entrepreneurs. They work a job at a hospital. They work for a company. And that is okay. They are successful. Let's stop with this. Black women, we want to brag about everything that don't even work. We're not out here just booming in the entrepreneurship world. We're not out here just, making all this money with our degrees. We're not doing it. Do what you can do, but stop trying to fake it and be so upset and uproar just because you don't like the message, the messenger. Oh, she can't talk about it because it's not the right time to talk about it. So she can't talk about it in this climate because y'all can't find a job. You've been trying to find a job for 2 years. Oh, so she should be more sensitive that women can't find jobs. Again, we supposed to be the most educated group of women in the world. That degree you got, why can't you find a job? Why can't you find a job? Because what the degree is in what? Art? Girl, bye. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, we need to bring families and become a couple, a partnership. Man and woman, husband and wife, you can fall back on that husband. But no, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. That's too much like right. We'd rather be broke, single, and and bitter on TikTok complaining about somebody giving their opinion on what's actually happening out here and what's a real problem. So go get a job and stop trying to flex and struggle. Enough is enough. Okay? So let me know your thoughts in the comments on this topic. Drop it down below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed the conversation, of course. Subscribe to the channel. Join the Patreon. The link is in the description. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.